Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Hatha practice. Yes, I'd like to welcome my dear family overseas and my friends all over the world. I really hope you will find the time at some point to, just do a practice with me once, and maybe that'll get you hooked and get you moving in different ways. Hatha really helped me a lot in a busy life to really come back to center, not feeling so all over the place, frazzled, dazzled. Just, to find those few moments in a week to bring it all back to the middle, I guess, so to speak. So today we're going to do something very different. We're going to start standing, I got a lot of clothes on. It's getting pretty chilly, but I want to try and keep it going. We'll see how it goes. I got one warmer here, but it's not reaching very far. I need to adjust that. Anyway, it's all good. I don't really need it, I don't think, today yet. It's about, what would it be, 40 degrees in Fahrenheit, and I think around about 5 Celsius. Okay, let's just start. And we're going to start standing. So I'm gonna stand here against this pole. And back at home, you could start by just positioning yourself against the wall. Your feet are hip width apart, and I really do find that wall because you want to lean into it. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to find our breath standing up this time. So take your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly, and let's close our eyes. So a little different this time. Once your breath has settled a bit, see if you can, focus your attention on that belly breath. And again here, maybe your hands can help you noticing whether it's still a little bit up in the chest, or are you sending it really down to the belly. See if you can relax your shoulders, even though you're standing up. Just find a few breaths here. Take in any sounds around you, outside of your house or wherever you're practicing, that are coming in. Let them become part of your practice instead of a distraction. Really noticing the breath in and out through the nose, relaxing the shoulders. Maybe bend your knees a little bit, so that our legs are not locked, our knees are not locked. And if we found that belly breath, I think we're good to go. We can slowly open our eyes. And then just come to the middle of your mat. And we're just going to start with some leg swaying. So we're just going to, again, here you could stay at the wall for balance if you need the wall for balance. Or you go stand in the middle of your mat and you're going to take your right leg and you're going to swing forward and back. Forward, back. It's a nice immediate practice to focus on your balance. Feel that left foot grounding. Maybe take a little micro bend in your left knee. Just swinging the leg front and back. Letting it all go here in the hip. Just loosening it up front to back. Good. All right, let's take it to the other side. So come again to both feet. So either you're at the wall holding the wall here, and take a nice little bend in the knees, and then ground through your right foot and just swing your leg forward and back, just loose. So if you want to kick something off that front leg, when it's front, kick it off. Let your hip relax, just sway front and back. Warming up the legs. The standing leg is working nicely. You can feel your glutes warming up, activating your whole standing leg really. Especially when you take a little micro bend, your leg is immediately working. All right, so let's shake that out. Then we're going to take it the right foot, and we're just going to sway the leg from side to side, so not front to back, but from side to side. Again, just take the wall if you need. So when you start, really find that solid grounding in the feet, in your left foot at this moment, and then lift your right, and just, even if it's small, doesn't need to be big, just letting that hip move from side to side, warming up that joint. Oops. Start adjusting to this balancing exercise. If you fall out, no problem at all. Just, that's not the actual idea. The idea is to really warm up the hips and the legs. Your standing leg now is, again, you feel it's coming on. It's building some heat. Good, so the right leg is done. Shake out that left leg, shake out your standing leg for a moment, and then come back to that hip width apart feet, and then move your weight on your right, really ground that foot, maybe take already that little micro bend, and just swing your left leg from side to side. Hands at the waist is always helping me. Good. Just a few more. Warming up. Ooh. See, I have to shake it out. And just pick it back up. Good. All right. Good. Shake it out. Then we're just going to take our ground through your left foot again, and then bring up your right knee. Again, if you need the wall, stay at the wall. And then take that right knee up and just pull it a little bit in. Again, your standing leg is bending a little bit, can have a micro bend. Pull it in and let it go. And then we're going to just alternate now. Ground through your right, pull that left knee up and in. See if you can lengthen in your lower back when you do this. When you bend your knee and you tilt your pelvis a little backward, you can fill out that lower back. Good. Just take it. Let's take 3 more times on each side, so 6 in total. 2, 3, and 4, 5. Think of that micro bend in your standing leg. 5. And on the left, 6. Good. And then shake it out. All right, then I'm going to show this one from the side. Oh, from the front and side. But we're going to take some hip rotations. But we're not going to go farther than the natural range of the hip. So we're going to only bring our knee as high as our hip. Not higher like we just did, but really knees on hip height. So you bring it up forward. Stand at the wall if you need the support. Then you open your right knee to the right, and then you let it come. Make a circle to the back and come back up on the front. So circles, right knee level with your right hip, open up and round to the back. Up, side, and back. To the front, side, and back. front, side, and back. I think we did that 5 times. Opening up, let's now bring it back. So start with the movement towards the back, back. Open to the side, bring it to the front, good. Back, open, front, back, open, front, back, open, front. Last one, kick it back, to the side, to the front, and let it go. And then we're going to do that with our left leg. Okay, so really ground through your right foot. Take a little micro bend. Lift your left knee as high as your left hip, not higher. And then we're going to open up. Whoops. Bring it to the back. Back to the front, up. Not higher than your hip. And open it up. And to the back. 2. 3. Uh-oh, there comes Rosie. 4. And 5. Good. And then hold it there and then bring it to the back. Back to the side and front. Back to the side and front. 3rd time. 4th time. And a 5th time. Very nice. Okay. Ooh. And a little birdie. Oh my goodness, I wish you could see this one. It's my favorite. Is het winterkoninkje? A little wren, house wren, I guess. Oh, you're too cute. Okay, so our hips are nice and warm, our legs are warmed up. We're gonna go ahead with our arms and shoulders. So bring your arms out, stand in a nice position, no locked knees, and then just take arm circles, long arms, activating through the legs. Through the arms, the legs too, but the arms are, nicely long. Circles, small circles to the front, and small circles to the back. I always notice how much a difference a hat makes. I love my hats. Hats and scarves. I know it's not that cold yet, but and take it one a little more longer to the front, of a few more to the front, I mean, like 10, and 10 to the back. Good. And then let's take those arms right away up into goal post, and then we're going to close them to the front and open them up to the side. And let's exhale when we bring the arms together. Inhale, opening up, and exhale, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale when we open. Good. And really see if you can bring those your forearms together and open up. And we're going to have the elbows are on the shoulder height and they stay there. So we're going to stay here and open. Exhale. Inhale. And it's hard, maybe some of you are not able to bring the forearms together. That's fine, you come to where you're at. And over time, you will get more flexibility and mobility in your shoulders. And when you're feeling it in your shoulders, you're doing a good job. Okay, so we had those goal posts. We're going to keep the arms up. And now we're going to take our arms into eagle. So let's take our arms in the front and then let's swing this right arm under our left. So when we're here, our right arm comes under the left. I know our shoulders are burning, but we're gonna stay here and really open them up more on the side. Let me see, Mike. So you swing your right arm under your left. Here you go. When you're standing here, already think belly button to spine, lengthening a little in the lower back, a little micro bend in the knees. And then on an inhale, we bring our arms up. And exhale, we bring them down to shoulder height. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. And exhale down. Good. And unwrap the arms. Shake them out. And let's do it with the other side. So now our left arm swings under and our right arm is on top. And we're going to do that one more time, just 4 more times with the breath. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. So it's a small movement. You're only going to take your elbows on the height of the shoulders and then you go back up. And exhale down. Last one. Inhale and exhale down. Good. Whew, I'm feeling it. I hope you are feeling it too. Okay, so those were our arms. Now we're going to take a little standing twist. So the only thing we're going to do is bring our arms forward in front of us, and then we're just going to open oh, good one, block. We need a block here. Take a block in between the thighs, so your hips are still your legs are still hip width apart. Block between the thighs, and yes, arms in front, a little micro bend, and then really pressing into the block, engaging your buttocks, because your hips are going to be shining forward. So our arms are here, and then we're just going to open up as if we're opening up a door, and bring it back. And then we go on the left, so left arm opens. Inhale and exhale back to the center. Right opens and back to the center. Keep pressing into that block so your hips stay nice and square. Inhale, exhale back to center. Inhale and exhale. A few more. And inhale and exhale. And inhale. Hallo babe. Exhale. Dag liefje. And inhale. And exhale. Maybe one on each side. And one more. Good. All right, so we opened up our sides a little bit. Good. Let's continue. Let's come. Again, for those whose balance is still a little shaky now and then, for this one, we're going to go in Warrior 3. Look up either a wall or a sturdy cupboard, and we're gonna start. You either hold, so with your left you're standing against a pole or your wall, and we're gonna take our right leg up. So we were hip width apart with our legs, our feet. Then we're gonna take our right leg up, and we're gonna take our right arm behind our head, and we're gonna take little crunches, elbow to knee. So your standing leg is a little bent, and then we exhale to the crunch, and inhale open, and exhale, and open, and exhale, and inhale open. Last one, exhale, and inhale open. Good. Then we're going to stay there. So stay there. Your left hand is either at the wall or at your hip. Your right leg is up. Good. Now your hands are coming beside you, except for that left hand if you want to keep it at the wall. And then we're going to come forward. So we're bringing that right leg back, and maybe you just stay here, or maybe you're here in Warrior 3. But make sure you're activating through that foot and your toes are pointed down, belly button to spine, and you come into your Warrior 3. Good. Take one breath here. Oops. And then bring that knee forward. Maybe you want to help it by wrapping your hands around your hamstring. Let's do one more back. So either left hand at the wall, or left hand at your sacrum, or just in a normal position besides your body. Bring that right leg back into Warrior 3. Belly button to spine, long back, long neck. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. And bring it back forward again and up. And now let's extend it to the front for one breath. Good. And then bend it, bring it back, and put it back there into a high lunge. So now you're here, high lunge still, so you can come on your tippy toes here. High lunge, maybe you take your arms up. Yes, so you feel that nice stretch here, because we worked that thigh so much. We warmed it up, then we worked it, now we're stretching it. And if you want, you can take a little deeper bend here, play around a little bit. Maybe you want to bend your back leg a little, maybe that helps. Otherwise, stay in your high crescent lunge. Press through that front foot, and maybe take your gaze up and lift your sternum a little up and back, or maybe you take a little back bend here, feeling that nice stretch all the way from your right thigh, your front body. Good. And then let's get those arms down. Let's come into a low lunge for a moment. Good. And then plant your palms, step it back for our first down dog. Good. And just walk forward into a forward fold. Nicely bending through the knees. Let your head hang. Let your head hang. Oops. And then just roll up vertebrae for vertebrae. Back up. Very good. And then we're going to take all of that on the left side. So now your right hand takes the wall or a cupboard or whatever support you need. And so if you don't need the support, you can have that right hand on your hip, and we take our left hand to our head, the back of our head. We're going to bring up that left leg, and we're going to take a few crunches here. So inhale, and on your exhale you bring elbow to knee. Your standing leg can bend a little. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Oops. Inhale and exhale. Let's take one more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come back up. Let that left hand go back on your waist. And then let's bring this leg back into, our left leg is going to go back into our first warrior three. So kick that foot back. You're either here. Make sure you have a nice long line, left leg all the way up through the crown of your head. One nice line, activating through that foot. Or you're maybe here. Bending the little micro bend in the standing leg helps with balance. If you're good, you can always take, the straight leg version. Warrior three. Toes are pointing down in warrior three. Good. One more breath. And then bring that left knee back up. Maybe help it out a little if you need to, otherwise just stand here. One breath and bring it one more time back. Into warrior three. Either like this or like this, wherever you are at. All right. The next inhale, we bring our knee back up forward. And maybe test our balance and our strength, lengthening that left leg out to the front for one breath. Hold it. Good. And then bring it back in and send it back. Come into your high lunge, taking the arms up. High crescent lunge. Feel that nice stretch here on your left thigh. Maybe you want to play around a little bit with that back knee. You can bend it a little bit and come back up. Just notice how that changes your stretch. Keep pressing through that front right leg, foot. Yep. And maybe here when you're ready, really bring your arms up, shoulders down, maybe your gaze up, and your sternum up, and a little back bend back. One breath. Good, and then bring your arms down. Maybe you rock it out here a little bit. And then place your palms down on the mat and step back into down dog. Walking it out.
not going very easy with my socks on. Okay, just walk it out. And instead of walking forward to your hands, let's take our hands back to our feet. And again, bending the knees, letting the head hang, and then roll up vertebrae for vertebrae.
Nice. Okay. Good. All right, then we're going to come to the right side of our mat. We're going to turn our right foot open to the right, to the short end of your mat, and your left ankle, left heel out to the other short end of your mat. Actually, I'm going to take off my socks now because I'm a little bit moving too much around. I need socks with some grip. Okay, right foot out, left heel out. Coming into a nice open position with the hips, just lengthening it out a little bit, stretching it out. And then inhale. And exhale, sink into that front knee. Knees over your ankle, coming into a nice warrior two, really opening through the front chest, belly button to spine, maybe even engaging the buttocks, makes for a nice stable pose. Maybe if you are familiar, see if you can lift up your pelvic floor. Good. Stay here for 2 more breaths, gazing out over your right hand. And breath is nice and easy, all the way down to the belly. Good. And on your next inhale, bring your right arm to your right thigh. Left comes overhead, past your ear, stretching out. Keep pushing through both feet. Lengthening that arm, but see if you can open up the shoulder. What really helps here is engaging the buttocks, belly button to spine, maybe pushing those hips a little forward for your feeling, but not letting that knee cave in. Always let that knee work towards the outside. Good. So in our extended side angle here, your gaze can also be up. Maybe helping the shoulder to turn out a little more. Good. If you want an extra challenge, really engage through the core. Push through that lower arm and see if you can extend that right arm. Let's see if you can keep that easy, effortless breath. If not, just bring it back. That's totally fine. I noticed my breath changed. Good. Now push through both feet, and especially the front one, to push yourself out and back up. Good. And let's take it to the other side. So turning our toes out to the left, right heel out to the other short end of our mat. Nice open position. And then engage the buttocks, belly button to spine. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, nice bend in the front knee, knee over ankle. See if you can bring that arm really more back than you think. Really in line with the front. Opening here through the chest, the shoulder. And once you get here, find your nice breath, your belly breath. See if you can even maybe engage the pelvic floor. And sometimes our shoulders are here, so just let it go. Maybe you can take a little bend in both arms to let those shoulders come down and then reach out a new time. Gaze is over the left hand. Nice and open pose. Belly, breath. Good. On the next inhale, bring your left arm to the left thigh. Right arm goes overhead past your right ear, stretching from your fingertips all the way to the outside of your right foot. Good. Find your breath. See if you can keep active here and not sink in that shoulder, sink and how do you call it? Dump into that thigh, but push away. And then indeed for the people who want a little challenge, really engage your core buttocks, belly button to spine. Extend that left arm to the front. Not losing the openness from the top shoulder. Really working that core now. Shaky breath I get. Okay, I'll bring it back down. Take one nice breath here. Bring that shoulder away from your ear. Still trying to lengthen through that arm. Good. On the next inhale, push through that front leg and take that right arm and use it, as sort of a leverage to come back up and out again. Okay. All right, bring your toes facing forward. And then we go heel toe, everything together. All right. Oops. My tootsies are getting a little chilly. So, last one for stability, tree pose. So, let's first feel our weight evenly distributed over both feet. And then let's come to your tippy toes on your right foot. Open that knee, open that hip. And maybe you want to leave that foot there, right there at your ankle. Or wherever yogi's choice, at the calf or at your upper leg. All right, so that's our tree. But what I forgot to say is really work that standing leg first. So grounding through that standing leg, engaging your buttocks. Your quad is engaged. So you're really making a nice solid pull here on the left. And then you're going to lift up that right leg, right foot to calf, for example, to your calf. Nice ribs. Or here up at your thigh. And when you do that, especially up at your thigh, make sure you press back with that left thigh that your foot is against. So the forces are, centering in the middle. I got a very slippy pants on, so I'm going to bring my foot right back here at my calf. Opening through the hip, strong standing leg. Arms are either at your waist or at your heart, whatever you prefer today. Or if it's up here. And if you want a little challenge, you can actually move around a little with your upper body. If you want to. But not necessary. That's really when you want to challenge yourself or your balance. Good. So either here or just nicely at the heart. One more breath. Nice in the belly. Good. And shake it out. Hoopla. I almost got a cramp there in my left leg. I did go to ballet, so that was probably because of the earlier shenanigans I did. All right, so let's take it to the other side tree. So really ground through your right foot. Come to your tippy toes here, or your releve here, and then open that hip. But again, ground through that right foot for your standing leg. Engage the quad, the buttocks, belly button to spine. Make that solid, and then lift your foot. Here at your calf. Still open in the hip. Let it be relaxed here in the hip as much as that is possible. Focus on the contact point, foot and calf. Good. Find your breath. Nice in the belly. And when you're ready and you found that nice balance, maybe you take your hands here or up. And you gaze a little up. Chilly winds up here. Maybe we'll sway a little. Up to you, but standing here feels good and solid. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. Find that nice belly breath again. Whenever you make a move or anything, come back to that breath. Or check your breath. See where you're at. Good. All right, and let's come out and shake it out. Perfect. Okay, now let's come I would say a little bit backward on your mat. We're gonna just roll down and come to rolling down softly and walking out our hands. And let's come to a down dog here. And it sort of kind of is our first, or one of the first, so walk it out. Walk it out, send your sits bones up. Maybe you want to take that a little further, so come on to your tippy toes. Turn your sits bones up and let your heels move toward the floor. Good. What we're going to do here in down dog is we're going to move from down dog into plank, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do that by initiating at the navel and going very slow. So it's going to look a bit like this. So you come to your tippy toes. You really think belly button to spine. So you start rounding that lower back. Let that rounding go like a little wave through your upper body and then come into your high plank. Good. And then you go back, initiating from the belly button, rounding through the back and back into down dog. And we take that a few more times, just nice and slow. Come up to your toes. Think belly button to spine. Let that belly button initiate the whole movement, rolling through your upper body into high plank. And then again, belly button to spine. Think that. Rolling it back slowly. One more time to the front. Rolling through that lower back, all the way upper back, high plank. And again, belly button to spine, bring that lower back up, rolling into down dog. Good. Now come back to your knees for just a moment and press back into child's pose. And maybe you want to take your hands backward because of the downward pushing in downward dog. Good, and then smoothly bring your arms back forward and come up to all fours. And we're going to go back into down dog. And this time we're going to take our right leg up and in between our front hands, low lunge, and then bring your knee back to the floor. Good. Knee to the floor, back of your foot on the ground, hands to your right thigh, and push yourself up for a nice stretch here on the left. Good. And let's see if we can explore a little with the next thing. What I would like you to think is to bring your knee that's on the mat and your foot, and as if you are pulling them together. So you're concentrating your force towards the middle, towards your pelvis, so to say. And when you do that, you activate the leg muscles here. You activate all the muscles in the front leg. Good. Hold it. Keep that activation. Good. And then let go. Bring your hands to the mat and just see if you can let that hip sink forward. A little nice stretch. Good. When you let your hip sink forward, make sure you don't lose the engagement of belly button to spine. Good. All right. Now plant your palms and then take your foot back either to all fours or straight away into down dog. All right, and then we bring our left leg up. Left leg up. And step it through in the middle of your hands. Bring your right knee down. The back of your right foot, that's in the back, on the mat. Engaging belly button, pressing through that front feet. Push yourself back up. Find that nice stretch here on the right for just a moment. And then let's do the same. So really trying to pull that front foot Like you're pressing it into the mat, but at the same time you're pulling it towards the middle, towards that knee in the back. See how that activates all of your legs. Hold it. If you can even feel, you can feel your hamstring and you notice, oh yeah, that one is on. Good. One more breath. And then let it go, let that activation go. Bring your palms and your hands down and just sink into that left hip. Still belly button to spine. Let this hip get nice and soft. Maybe you take your thumb and pull that hip crease a little down or to the back. And your other hip, the hip from the leg that is back, gets a nice stretch here too. Gets a nice stretch, I mean to say. Good. All right. Very nice. Because those hip flexors were working and activated and everything, so we need a nice stretch here. All right, we're going to go a little farther with our stretching. We're going to plant our palms, take that knee back either to all fours or curl your back toe under and right away into down dog. So either you come from all fours and then we meet in down dog. Good. Take one breath and see if you can feel the openness in your body, if it feels different, this down dog now. See if your breath can move into more places. Good. And then bring your knees back and you can bring your knees a little together and then bring your elbows down and your chest and your chin. And this is in our just a little transition pose, 8 points pose. Good. And then, or just make your way to your belly. But then we're going to come up, we're going to take our elbows are under our shoulders. I'm going to activate belly button to spine. We're here in our Sphinx. Really push through your forearms. Push through the forearms. See if you can wiggle the hips a little bit. Belly button to spine though, engage those lower belly muscles. And then we're here in our Sphinx. So this is a nice back bend. Pressing through those forearms, belly button to spine. But see if the rest of your legs can be relaxed. Find your breath. And if you want a little more challenge and a little bit more of a stretch, bend your right knee, so bring that foot up. Notice the stretch occurring there just by bringing that knee up, the stretch on the front. Make sure both of your hip bones are still, your pelvis is still on the floor. And if you want to, you can shift your weight onto that left front arm, but really keep that belly button to spine engagement. Then collapse, reach with your right hand to the back, to that foot and pull it. Maybe you want to pull it a little in for some more of a stretch. Or you're just here on the inside foot, or you can bring your arms over and bring it a little bit more to the back, to your behind. Good, and then carefully let that go. Replace that right arm. Regain your position. Belly button to spine. Good, and then maybe take that stretch on the other side too. So move your weight into that right forearm. Really press through that forearm. Bring that left leg, bend that left leg, first. Maybe this stretch is more than enough for you already. Then stay here. Good. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can reach backward with your left arm. Grab the inside of that left foot. Keep pressing through that front arm. belly button to spine. Bring that left foot in. Maybe you want more, then you can wrap your arm around it. Whatever you need. Or just like this. Good. All right, then bring that leg back down and then bring your head to the mat or lower and then push back into child's pose for a moment. And maybe swing from side to side here. In your child's pose. And then maybe just move your head from side to side here in child's pose. Okay, and then slowly roll up, belly button to spine, roll it all up. Oh my goodness, I got this runny nose. That's good. Not really cold though, so that's good. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. I didn't want to have you roll up. I want you to go back on your belly for a moment. With your head on your forearms and the legs up, and just also let the legs sway from side to side. And then bring your legs down and roll onto your back. So from your belly we roll to our backs. We're just going to take a nice stretch all the way up, pointing and flexing the feet. And maybe reach with your right side a little longer and your left side, just stretching out the sides here. And maybe then take your feet and put them towards the right corner of your mat, and pick up your head and also your head and shoulders to the right. So we're going to get this nice opening on the left. You can let any activation in the feet go. Just breathe here into the sides of your body. Yeah. Good, and then pick up your head and your shoulders and bring it back to center, and do the same with your legs, and then move them over to the left. And then pick up your head and shoulders carefully, put them also to the left. We do this little banana here on the left. Just 2 or 3 breaths here. Breathing into our side body. Seeing if we can relax our shoulders. Good. All right. And then bring it back to the middle, head and shoulders, your legs back to the middle. Good. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. Now, what I would like to do is move your right leg over your left. So as if you're gonna cross your legs, as if you're sitting nicely in a chair. And then when your left is on top, let that left leg move, that left knee move to the left. So we're gonna go in a reclined twist, but with our legs a little eagle legs. Good. Just rest here. See if you can release any tension here around the hips, around the lower back. Let the hips go. Maybe take your gaze over your right hand here. Find your breath. Maybe take that left hand and put it on your lower belly, and your right hand and put it onto your sacrum. And maybe notice for 1 or 2 breaths if you can feel your breath in the belly. Maybe even the expansion in the lower back of the breath there. Good. Then bring your hands back to wet plant, back to T, and your legs back up, and then uneagle them, and then take your left knee over your right, and let that left knee come down, yeah, to the right. So your legs are an eagle. And you're taking a nice reclined twist here. You can take your gaze over to the left when you found your breath and start relaxing into the pose. Let go of any tension, especially around the hips. Breathe into that. Feel on every exhale that you can let go of something somewhere. And again, maybe right hand to lower belly to feel that breath. Left hand to your sacrum. Or just stay here, gazing over your left arm. Nice. Good. Now, then come back to the middle with your legs. Uneagle your legs. And then roll to your side into fetus position and push yourself up to seated. Good. I'm going to put my socks on. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ruby? So, ja, oké. Oké, babe. Nee. Kom, weg met die billen. Ga nou, lekker zitten daar. Sit, af. We're going to come into a spread-legged position. So, I'll take my socks on. It's getting a little chilly. You're in a little, whether you're here in a V or a bit wider V, whatever is available to you. You can also take take your blanket and sit on that. Ruby, go away. Ga liggen hier. Dikke dodo. Okay, so here, let's sit in this spread-legged, spread-legged position. And really notice that you're sitting on your sits bones. And then we're just going to take our hands in front and just sway. Just starting to sway a little bit. Telling our body we're okay. Just swaying, just moving a little bit through that lower back. And if you feel any tension here on a hamstring, bend your knees a little and just sway from left to right. Just swaying. See if we can release any tension. The swaying makes for, it's like a signal for your body to know it's okay, it's safe, we're not doing any crazy things, we're not locking up when we do crazy things, we're swaying and all is well. Good. And maybe you find that through the swaying you've been able to come a little more forward in this spread-legged forward fold. So whether you're here or you're here, don't matter. Or you're swaying here, it's just an overall very good movement and signal for your brain and body. And if you can, or you can of course always take blocks and put them under your lower legs, under your forearms, and then you just release your head here. Release the head. Rounding the back. Good. And then before coming up, just first bring your head in a neutral position, so in line with the rest of your spine, and then come back out your fold. a little spread-legged forward fold, and then bring your legs together for a classic forward fold in Dandasana, staff pose. Let's go here. Oh, like this. Okay. Really see if we can be active here. So hands are on the ground or wherever you can reach. Actively pushing down. You're on your sits bones, nice up and high. The backs of your leg, you can feel them making nice contact with the floor, with your mat. So nice active. Belly button to spine. So our legs are working. You really feel the contact of your calves with the floor, your hands with the floor or with the blanket, wherever you have your hands. I have very long arms, so they reach easily. Some people just have different dimensions, so for everybody it's different. But make sure your arms are actively pushing down. Good. And then let's hinge from the hips, keeping a nice straight back. Good. And if we can't keep the back straight anymore, let's bring our hands onto our legs. And maybe you want to take a little micro bend and then just fold over in Dandasana, in your staff pose. And let your elbows bend. So rather not reach out, but let it relax. And that means for your elbows are bending, your head is low. And your knees are coming towards you. Find your breath here. And then to come out, first lengthen your neck, put it in a more neutral position, and then maybe lengthen through the legs, and then come back up out of your classic forward fold. Good. Legs in. Oh yeah, I guess that's where we're at. So we are back up from our nice forward folds, and then just take your legs in. Maybe hug them in for a moment. Hug them in. And then we're going to make our way down to Shavasana for supported bridge. It's a bit chilly here, so we won't make it too long. It's getting chillier, of course, when you go lay down. So come to your mat. So either you just slide down, and then roll to your back. And then take your block. Take your block, place it under your hips. And maybe just double check again when you take your thumbs to your navel. And then draw an imaginary line to the back. There, roundabout should be your block. So mine should be a little higher. There you go. Okay. And then active arms. Curl your shoulders under. You know the drill. And then take up your knees. Make sure you're nice and stable here. Pressing through the arms, shoulders, and then your feet up. And let's start focusing on the breath again. About relaxing our face in the meantime, our cheeks, our jaw, the tongue in our mouth. And even though this pose also works on the throat area, see if you can keep your throat nice and soft. And bring your awareness to the tip of your nose and see whether you can feel the breath in the nose, in the nostrils. Nice belly breath. Full breath in through the nose, full breath out. Good. And then bring your feet down. Take away the block from underneath your hips. Carefully lower your lower back. And then uncurl the shoulders. And come into your Shavasana with anything you need. Maybe a blanket under your head. Maybe a blanket over your feet. Come into Shavasana. Find the stillness, relax your shoulders, wiggle until you're comfortable. And then take a few more breaths here, centering on the belly breath. And then let that go and bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Soften the sides of your face, so your temples, your ears. Relax your jaw, your cheeks. Soften your eyes. Relax the tongue in your mouth. Soften your throat, the sides of your neck. Soften through your collarbones, your shoulders, relaxing your upper arms, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers. See if you can sense for the fingertips. Making your way back up, softening through the hands, the arms, shoulders, your chest. Relax around your heart. Soften your abdomen. Relax your hips, your thighs, your knees, shins, ankles, feet, toes. And see if you can sense for the tips of your toes. Relax, release through the soles of your feet, your heels, soften through the calves, backs of your knees, your hamstrings. Let go of your glutes, Soften your lower back, middle of your back. Let go of any tension in your shoulders, your upper back. Softening the back of your neck, back of your head, all the way up to the crown of your head. Breathe as if you have created more space. You can send the breath through to more little nooks and crannies in your body. And then start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. And then roll to your side. Good. And then push yourself up to seated. Push yourself up. You're a good girl, Ruby. It's a good girl. Good. Right. And then take your hands to heart and fold forward to seal in the benefits of your practice. Namaste. Thank you. And see you next time. Kakadosi. All right. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time.